Hi, I'm Romola. So I'm just going to video this for my own purposes so I can share it on YouTube. So welcome to this talk at the Family Festival, and I'm going to be talking about supporting your child's well-being with simple holistic tools to survive school emotions and better sleep. So if you have any questions, because you can ask them as we go through, that's absolutely fine, or you can save them to the end and talk to me at the end. So my name is Romola. My business is Create Family Calm. I am a best-selling author of with my son of Definitive Dinosaurs, and I've written 5 other books as well on the subject of Balance and Calm Toolkit. So from Frazzled Mums for Creating Family Calm, I've got one on the summer holidays and a Christmas one as well. It's like an advent calendar that you count down from the 1st of December through to the big day. I am also a multi-award winning therapist for my Create Family Calm and my essential oil business as well. And I work with mums who want to support their sensitive children using quick, simple daily tools to bring balance, calm and happiness. So today we've got the little sign up form. What I'll do is I'm going to send you through this PDF, which is a back to school one, but it has got other things that you can use, and one on essential oils as well. So just some essential oils that you can use that I'm going to talk about. So if we'll start with the subject of sleep, because actually if we have a good night's sleep, everything's a lot better, isn't it? So if we're good, whether it's babies, whether they're toddlers, whether there's anxiety, or whether we're just waking up in the middle of the night, actually if we get a good night's sleep, we are much more able to cope with life and the things that get thrown at us. So things I like to do is into the bedtime routine, I'll add in some essential oils. So I'll share some of them around actually, that'd be a good thing to do. So what I like to do is, in a diffuser, so if you've been downstairs you'll have seen that I have a little diffuser going, and in there I will usually have this blend which is called Serenity. And this is a lovely blend. It's got oils in here that are calming, restful, sedative, so it's perfect for calming for children at bedtime. So I'll put that in the diffuser, and my children, they're 10 and 8 now, so a little bit older, but when we go upstairs, probably about 6:30, I'll go upstairs and put the diffuser on the landing, leave the bedroom doors open so it has a chance to waft all the way around. I'm working on Pavlov's theory that the more that they'll smell it and they'll think, oh, it's bedtime. I'm still waiting for that to kick in, but it helps me because if I can smell it, I'm a lot calmer, no matter what they're doing, and it works for them too. So it's a nice thing to put on a diffuser just to create that calm atmosphere upstairs. The other thing I like to do, thank you, is after bath time is I'll massage their feet. So I'll use some of the oils and actually apply them to their feet, and either massage them in using reflexology or just gently rubbing them in. Or my daughter's got very sensitive teeth, it doesn't like them being touched, so she'll put the oils on and just rub her feet together. And what happens then is within 20 to 30 seconds, the essential oils are going through the skin and into the bloodstream, and within 20 minutes they are in every cell of the body. So it's a really great way to get the benefits of the essential oils into their bodies, probably without them even knowing it. So they've been breathing it in, and now it's on their feet, and it's definitely in their systems. Should I take that? Thanks. So the Serenity is a lovely blend to do that. So foot massage and in the diffuser. I also like using visualization. So when they're lying down, we'll do, because they are naturally a bit calmer, particularly after they've had their foot massage, is do a little visualization with them. So it might just be one where we close our eyes and we lie on the bed, and we imagine that the bed is a big hot piece of toast and we're the butter and we're melting into it. And that's one of my favourite really simple visualizations just to do, just to lie down and do that. But there's also, there's lots of meditations that you can get as well. I have a selection that I use. I've also written some dinosaur ones in the book as well. Your children are a little bit young for dinosaurs probably. But just anything that your child likes doing. So lying and imagining the bed is a big fluffy cloud and you're floating off. When they're doing the visualization can really work. So if they're slightly older, then maybe they'll want to visualize going to a fairy garden and going and being a fairy and walking around and feeling their wings and fluttering up in the sky. So whatever it is that really sparks in their imagination, use that as a little visualisation, just to help them focus and concentrate and just bring that element of calm to that bedtime routine. And like I say, it's really good for mum as well, because we're doing it and we're calmer as well. So, and when we are calmer, it ripples out to our children, which is a really good thing. Gratitude, I expect Jo has already spoken a lot about gratitude, has she? And
she's
glad, yeah. And again, it's a really good thing to do with children, is to ask them, what are the 3 things that you're really happy about or glad about or feel thankful for today? Because even if they've had a really grotty day, just to be able to think of something really happy that they've done and experienced is a really good way to end the night on a high, if you like. So that's a really nice thing to do. The other thing with the essential oils is you can make anti-monster sprays. So if the child has a little bit of an issue with, something under the bed, something in the wardrobe, then using the essential oils, so either use Serenity or a lavender, into a little glass spray bottle, top it up with water, label it anti-monster spray, and then you spray it all over the bedding, under the bed, on the curtains, on their clothing, and they can have a go as well at spraying it, and they know that they're getting rid of the monsters, and you know that actually you're spreading a beautiful calming energy across the bedroom as well. So again, it's a really good way to engage the child, but also to help them on different levels when they've got things going on. So that's some little tips for sleep. The next one I thought we'd talk about was going to be school. And there's different things that I like to use for school, and one of them is Rescue Remedy. So Dr. Bark Rescue Remedy. You can get it in big supermarkets and Boots. You can get it as droppers, as sprays. They've got a night one as well, and it's really good. I mean, I have it in my bag usually, but I get the drops and I put it in their water bottle. So as they're sipping their water throughout the day, as the teacher keeps telling them, actually what they're doing is they're taking on board this essential oil, they are effectively essential oils, the flower remedies, and the rescue remedy is really good again for calming, for overcoming shock and stress. So it's a great one for mums, but it's particularly good for children. And like I said, there is a different one that's got white chestnut in it, which is a nighttime one as well, and that's a spray you can get too. But that's a really nice one, I think. What I like to do as well is something called story massage, and this is telling a story on your child's back. So we do Twinkle Twinkle like this, but you can draw it on the child's back, or you can make up little stories for them specifically. So one thing I like to do is there's a pizza, so you knead the dough, so you're going across the back and across the shoulders, kneading the dough of the pizza, smearing on the tomato, sprinkling on the cheese, putting on any other sort of the like sausage, or just drawing those on, or the olives or the peppers, just draw it on, and cooking the pizza, doing the pizza on their back. And also then you've got the ice cream, which is the old egg, when you put the egg and then you melt and just run your hands down as if the ice cream's melting. And this is a nice way again to do something really, again you can do this at bedtime, and I like to adapt it for school by doing a little story about school, so that they know that mummy's going to be there at 3:30 to pick them up. They're going to go and have some fun with their friends, it's going to be safe. And then what I like to do as well is a simple thing of drawing a heart on their palm, and I'll put a kiss there, and I'll say, when you need it, it's there for you. And they do the same for me, so we can both go like this and exchange it. So it's a nice, and it's worked really well with my daughter, just because she was very separation anxiety going into school. So we do that, and she has that little heart, that little mummy kiss on her hand, and she knows that if she needs it, it's there. So, but again, you can tell stories. I did one with my daughter, again talking through the day. So we're going to brush, wake up, get our clothes on again, do the story massage. We're going to brush hair. We're going to have some breakfast, and perhaps draw things on the back for breakfast. We're going to go to school, you're going to do some writing, you're going to do some PE, perhaps do some footprints up the back. And again, that reiteration that at 3:15, mummy's going to come and pick you up, and we're going to have hugs, and it's going to be okay. So it's sort of giving them a rundown of the day, but telling it in a really supportive way. And the power of touch is so important for children. We do baby massage, but story massage is taking it on that step more to really help with bonding. And it's that two-way thing, which I love about massage, isn't it? It's that I get the benefit of it because I'm getting the happy hormones, and so is the child as well. So any way that we can get that massage and that positive touch in to support the children is a really, really lovely thing. So again, with the essential oils on the feet, with the story massage, there's a theme which is all about the connection. One of my favourite sayings is presence, as in here, rather than presence. So it's that connection, it's that being really present, particularly with phones and things these days and tablets. I know my children, they can get really addictive to watching these things, and even if I'm in the room, I'm not necessarily connecting with them. So it's that being present with them is so important, and that's so much more valuable than buying presents. Your presence is the one thing that they really crave and they really need to really nurture and support them. So, switching off the phone, being really present for that 20 minutes, half an hour before you have to go and do something else, or prepare the tea or whatever, can be really supportive after school, because again, they really know that you are there for them. And the same is after nursery as well, is that finding that positive time when you can really connect with them. Calm activities. My children love colouring. So after school, before bedtime, we'll generally have some sort of calm activity. So a little bit of colouring comes out. I have my own colouring book. I do not share my colouring books, and I don't like to share my colouring pencils particularly either, because mine are all neat and sharpened, and the children, they're more like sticks and everything. So anything like that. So whether it's Play-Doh, whether it's doing a visualization, whether it's a mindfulness exercise like eating some raisins in a really mindful way, or even Smarties and eating them in a really mindful way and seeing if you can tell the different colours, or doing some mindful colouring. It's calming, it's focusing them ready for that bedtime routine of getting them upstairs, so they're not running around and getting more and more hyped. My son's a bit older, and he likes to go on the trampoline just before bedtime, and there's nothing worse, because once he's been out there bouncing for 10 minutes, no, we're just, that puts everything back about half an hour. So so that's hopefully some tips that will help support nursery and school. The other one I want to talk about is emotions. And again, I'm going to talk about mums. One thing that I found has really helped me, because when I'm in a calm and balanced place, that ripples out to my children. So I am also, as well as being an aromatherapist, I also am a wellness advocate with doTERRA, and they have this wonderful blend called Clary Calm, which is the mother's blend, and it is great for PMT, for the monthly pains and all that stuff, but it's also great for in the menopause as well. So it's a really good blend, and I use that and I haven't had, touch wood, PMT really badly for about 18 months now, and I used to be quite a nightmare. I do still eat a lot of chocolate, but I don't have the emotions that go with it. And I also take something which is called phytoestrogen as a supplement, and again, that's really helped with my hormonal balance, that brings me into balance, and that then ripples out to the family. So I just wanted to share that one on the emotions as well. Again, I've touched on Rescue Remedy, a really positive one for emotions as well. Doing things like breath work, teaching them about slowing down their breathing or concentrating on their breathing. So and you can do little paper boats and pop them on their tummies, so that when they're breathing in and out, they can watch the boat rise up and down, or get them to put their head on your tummy when you're doing it, so when you're breathing in and out, they can feel that because their head's moving. And again, they're getting they're starting to understand that calming their breath down, and when they do that, they are then in a calmer space. And I think breath work is so fabulous, because you don't need anything else, you just need you. That's I also like using colour and emotions. So again, if they're getting a little bit anxious, then we'll do some colouring, and we'll visualise breathing in blue. And blue is a really peaceful and calm colour. So when you're breathing in that blue, just visualise it, or just visualise being in a blue room, or having a blue balloon or something around you, and just breathing in that beautiful blue. And that can be really calming for them as well. And if they can't do it, then again, everything is energy and everything is intention. So you can do the blue, and you could visualise the blue around them, or the pink around them, which is unconditional love, which I always love doing. So you can support them by doing it for them, and because everything, like I say, it's all energy, and they will pick it up as well. Essential oils. I was going to just talk about. I've talked a little bit about the lavender. Lavender's great as a sedative and a calming oil. Wild orange is one of my favourites, and that's a really uplifting oil. It's great for post-school when they come home. They're all and you have to quickly chuck some food at them to keep them going till tea. It's the wild orange. Really, it changes the energy. It's in the room, I find, and just lifts them up and lifts me up as well to keep us going. Because you don't want to be putting lavender on at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because then they're just going to go vroom, and then you've got to get them back up again. So it's timing, isn't it, with bedtime? You've got to just hit the peak at the right time when they're ready. So lavender as wild orange is a really good one for school. There's an oil called yang lang, and this is really good for anger or defiant and sort of the toddler tantrums, if you like. And that is one of the oils actually within the Serenity blend itself. But the yang yang as well can be really helpful just to calm the energy and just shift things on an emotional level. And the other one I was just going to talk about briefly is positive language, so the use of affirmations. And you can do affirmations with the child. You can go walk out the door and say, today is a happy day. You can say, let's be as I can't think one, as bright as the sun today, or let's be as gentle as a butterfly, and talk about using animals in particular works really well with children, because they've got an idea. So if they're going to be angry, then let's be angry like elephants and stomp our feet around, and then let's be quiet as mice and do something else, or and you just need to think of something that they really love. It's really chilled out, isn't it? That they really love. And again, those affirmations before school or before nursery can help really. Like the simple one is, today is a good day. I am okay is a really good affirmation, because sometimes we're not actually feeling okay, and the children aren't feeling okay. And to say today's going to be a great day, they think, it's not, it's going to be a rubbish day. But if you say, I'm okay, today will be okay. So it's almost like managing expectations. So with affirmations, you don't want them to be too high for them to actually think emotionally, well, I'm nowhere near that emotion, I'm not going to get there. So using things like, I am okay, or today is going to be okay, today will be good, rather than today's going to be excellent and I'm going to really smash it. That's not really going to work if the child is having a bit of a tantrum. So positive language and affirmations can work really, really well. So has anyone got any questions or anything they'd like to ask?
What about like if they're waking up like early, and it's like really early, and then trying to get them back off again? What sort of techniques or tips would you just reiterate some of those?
I think I would use the essential oils again. You can get diffusers that last sort of 8 hours that come on intermittently, or you can put it on for 4 hours. Then when you go to bed, put it back on again, just to get the diffuser keep going. Or if they are waking up, then just put the essential oil back on their feet. There's cedarwood is a really good one for insomnia and for keeping people asleep, and vetiver is amazing. It's when I use it on my son, he literally just shuts down. He goes from moving all around like this to suddenly his arms and legs are still.